Hey guys, Coach Hunter here, coming at you today with a grappling concept video. So it's really important, I think, when you're considering competition or just considering your game and how to develop it, whether or not you have all of your bases covered. And what do I mean by that? Well, it means we need to think about the process of jiu-jitsu or grappling in general, and fighting more broadly when grappling is a component, and also whether or not you have every stage of a fight, of a match covered, okay? And this is also a good way if you're thinking about competing for the first time in grappling, whether like what your game plan is and figuring out a narrow set of techniques to kind of focus on in your preparation. Because while I do think in some ways it is good to think of competition as like just a periodic test of your training, it also is good to think about, especially at first, but along the course of your grappling journey, to think about your progression and what exactly you're trying to do. Because very often I think it becomes easy to start thinking about what your goal, the overall goal. I want to win, right? I don't want to lose. Different things actually. Because like if we're thinking about I want to win, how are we going to win? Okay, tapping out your opponent, sure. Winning on points, also possible depending on the type of tournament you're doing. Okay, so we think about what it is you're actually trying to accomplish and get specific about it. I think one of the hardest things about grappling is that there's so many techniques. Trying to limit the techniques that we're focused on, that we actually want to get good at, is one of the harder things about it. Because in reality, there's no way you're ever going to become proficient at every grappling technique, okay? Especially in like a live context against someone at your own level. Ideally, by the time you're, brown belt, black belt, you'll be pretty familiar with and able to demonstrate and have a deep understanding of most techniques of grappling, okay? Pretty much all of them. But if you actually watch black belts and brown belts at a high level compete, they're hitting a very small subset of the grappling techniques that are out there, okay? So because you need to focus and narrow in on things that you are actually going to get good at. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to use the board here to help do that. So, grab my chalk. So to start off, the beginning of every grappling match is standing, okay? So we have standing technique. Okay? So that's the beginning. Now, some of us, maybe we're gonna go to our wrestling game, okay? So let's assume that. Our goal while we're standing is to hit our double leg. Okay? Or double leg takedown. Maybe that's our preferred takedown. That's one that we work in the gym. It works well for us. Okay, conversely, we can also think, okay, we're gonna pull guard. Okay? I mean, those are kind of two separate options, right? I mean, you're probably not gonna do both, but it's important to have that in your head, okay? That, what we're trying to do is either, work our standing technique, okay? Would it be double leg, pulling guard, whatever it is. Have that in your head. Okay, that's my plan. We're gonna go out, we slap, we bump, I'm gonna shoot, I'm gonna set up my takedown. Okay, we have to think about what are the prerequisites for each of these things. Okay? I'm not gonna get into detail on any individual thing, because these are just examples, but that's the thought process this leads to. Okay? So then we have two kind of forking paths here, right? The first is if everything goes to plan, our perfect path, okay? So, let's say if everything goes perfectly, and the colors are just for fun, for me, okay? We are side mount. Okay? Maybe like that's where I'm like, okay, I get a double leg, I pass the guard, I get right to side mount. Okay, perfect. That's awesome, right? That means that we can work our technique. Maybe what's our best technique here from side mount? Maybe in the gym, I'm hitting the key lock. As an example. It's not my favorite technique, but it could be what you're good at, okay? And that's the match. right? You kick someone down, you get the side mount, you hit a key lock. Great, okay? And that's an ideal scenario. But what happens when things don't go according to plan, okay? So, I like to think, I go from standing, so this is ideal. What happens if I take someone down, but they manage to get to their guard? I'm inside someone's guard. Okay? Well, obviously I don't want to be submitted, so that's a bad thing. And we also, we're not considering, just our basic defensive technique. But maybe my solution to get back on track, okay, is going to be my posture break, where I'm breaking their posture, or I'm breaking their guard using my this posture break technique, okay? And then from there, we're going to pass. Maybe it's the knee cut. And now we're going back to side mount, and then we're going to our key lock, okay? We have this little cycle now. If I get my double leg, we pass the guard and get the side mount, we win, ideally. If that doesn't happen, maybe I take them down, but they manage to pull guard in the process, okay? Or from side mount, they put me in guard. They reclaim their guard by getting a knee elbow escape, okay? Then we do our posture break. Hit our knee cut pass, get back to side mount, okay? And then ideally win. Okay, now we have a little cycle we can play with, okay? That's our game plan, okay? Those are things that we should be drilling in the weeks leading up to a competition. So obviously maybe that shouldn't be the first time you see those techniques, but you're gonna get them really fluid and comfortable and fast. You don't have any hesitation when you're thinking about where I wanna go next, okay? And conversely, we could think about if we're pulling guard, we could have the same kind of flow, okay? From pulling guard, maybe my ideal next position is gonna be my triangle choke. Staying in this guard. Okay?
Create your own adventure.
Exactly. Now, so this is something that you should do with the guidance of your coach, whoever that might be. Think about, okay, ask your coach, hey, what do you think I'm good at? What do you think I need to work on? What's a hole in my game I should fix, okay? If there's a spot where it's if I get put on the bottom of side mount, I'm toast. We want to work on that, okay? But once you have a kind of set of techniques that work well for you, really think about what your goal is, okay? And one of your first goals, I think, in jiu-jitsu should always be to develop an A game, what you're really good at, a flow from the start of a match to a finish where you win, ideally, that plays to those strengths. And then once you've done that, we have a goal set in mind. We can start thinking about how do these things go wrong? What situations do I run into where they fail? And we can start fixing those problems with a more intentional thing in mind, more intentional process, more intentional set of goals in mind, okay? So guys, try it out, think about it, just lay it out. And you can find some templates online for this. It's not a unique idea by any means, but it's something I think few enough people do that it should be something that we're thinking about on a routine basis. What am I good at? What do I need to fix? Where do I need to go in order to find victory here? And this could be, of course, in the gym, on the mats. Remember, there's no winning in grappling in the gym. Or, when we're actually thinking about competing. So guys, like this video and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more of our content. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you on the mats.